Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, students. In this session, I'll be discussing the questions which has been asked in the recent INICET exam. In total, we have 10 questions. In total, we are having 10 questions. Most of them are very easy questions. All the questions in this, most of them are from epidemiology part. So I'll be discussing the questions one by one. Question number 1. Which of the following is not a component of Human Development Index? So they have asked a question on Human Development Index. So we'll be knowing Human Development Index will help in comparing the standard of living between two countries. Which country is better? So which is not a component of Human Development Index? So the answer is infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate is used in Physical Quality of Life Index, not Human Development Index. So HDI has 3 dimensions, as you know: knowledge, income and longevity. Within knowledge, we are having 2 indicators: expected years of schooling and mean years of schooling. So literacy rate is not considered now. Gross enrollment ratio is not considered now. We have expected years of schooling and mean years of schooling. Within income, it is not GDP, it is per capita GNI, gross national income. And longevity, we take the indicator from birth, life expectancy at birth, not at age 1. From age 1, it is peak your life. So the question was very easy. Which of the following is not a component of Human Development Index? Answer is infant mortality rate. Second question. A new drug was launched in the market, reducing the mortality. As you can see here, the drug is reducing the mortality but not curing the disease. So what will happen because of this? You know the equation P is equal to I into D, which has been discussed in your classes. Prevalence depends on incidence and duration. If the drug is reducing the mortality, not curing the disease, it will increase the duration of disease. It will prolong the duration of disease. If the duration of disease is prolonged, what will happen? The patient will be counted, the existing cases, prevalence is more. Answer is increase in prevalence. I have discussed P is equal to I into D questions in your notes. I have given 4 scenarios for you. And the second scenario in your class notes was this direct question. A new drug which can reduce the mortality, not curing the disease, means it is prolonging the survival. Answer is increase in prevalence. Good. Come to next question. The strength of association between exposure and outcome is given by which study? The best study out of the given options. Case control, cohort, cross-section and ecological. Cross-section will not give association, even ecological studies for correlation. Out of the options, we have to choose between case control study and cohort study. Odds ratio for case control study, risk ratio for cohort study. Risk ratio is better than odds ratio for strength of association. If these are the options given, if there was no RCT in the option, if there was no clinical trial in the option, then the answer is cohort study. We prefer and to check the association between exposure and outcome. The question is which is best? Which is best? So on the available options I am answering, and the answer is cohort study. Why? Because risk ratio is a better measure for strength of association compared to odds ratio. So many points have been discussed in your class notes on risk ratio. And again one more very easy question. The 4th question which was asked on steps of case control study. Which of the following is not a part of case control study? So follow, you know this, follow-up is not done in case control study. Follow-up is done in cohort study. They might have asked multiple true statements and follow-up was not correct. Follow-up was not correct. Follow-up is done in prospective cohort studies or cohort study. What are the steps of case control study which I have discussed in my class? Tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps in sequence. Selection of case, control, matching, assessment of exposure and odds ratio estimation. Total 5 steps what I discussed in my class: case, control, matching, exposure and odds ratio estimation. So matching, yes, done. Selection of study subjects, done. Case and control, yes, it is done. And strength of association is done. And how we calculate? We calculate odds ratio, AD by BC. So total 5 steps. Note down this, important. Again, go back to your class notes. Very easy questions this time in INICET exams. Not a difficult paper. Most of the questions are very easy, which is not a part of case control study. Case, control, matching, exposure and odds ratio estimation. These are the 5 steps of case control study. Follow-up is not a part of case control study, which is not included in meta-analysis. Again, one of the question which can be marked if you know this, randomization is done in RCT. Randomization is done in randomized clinical trials. Not necessary to be a part of meta-analysis, because meta-analysis we combine all the studies together and then we give a summary finding, we summarize the results. So we have to select the study, we have to extract the data, that is called as abstraction, and at last we have to analyze the data. Analysis के बाद we can use forest plot. You know that forest plot can be used to represent results after meta-analysis. So randomization is a typical step which we do in RCT. That is not a necessary step of meta-analysis. See here, important. What are the different steps of meta-analysis? We have to define a research question first. Like what are the things we need to include? Like what is your research question? If I am saying antioxidants can prevent skin cancer, then we have to do a literature search online. We have to select the studies next. After that we do extraction or abstracting the data. Then we analyze the results together. That is meta-analysis. The starting two thing is called as systematic review. Later what we do? Selection, abstraction and analysis. That is meta-analysis. Good. Systematic review is followed by meta-analysis. The best study design for evidence-based practice. Good. Later we report the results by using what diagram? Tell me. Good. Reporting the results by using what diagram? Forest plot. Forest plot. Good. Come to the next question. Based on changes, time fluctuations. Very easy question. I have discussed the flowchart for you in the classes, like short-term fluctuation, periodic fluctuation and long-term fluctuation. What is long-term fluctuation? Also known as secular trends. The increase in non-communicable disease, decrease in communicable disease, that is also known as secular trend. What is one more name for this pattern? Can anyone tell me? Good. From the notes what I have made you to write, what is one more pattern? This is also called as epidemiological transition. Very good. This increase in man-made lifestyle disorders like obesity, diabetes, hypertension, all these are examples for epidemiological transition, also known as secular trend, long-term fluctuations, decadal changes. They can use the same words in the exam, like the change which has happened after a long decades, decadal changes. These words can come. Decades, epidemiological transition, long-term change, man-made lifestyle disorders. All these are keywords which will help to answer the answer as secular trends. Good. Come to the next question. Open your notes under randomized controlled trial. I made you to write two things. One is random sampling, the other is randomization. Within random sampling, I made you to write one point, that is external validity, generalizing the results back to the reference population. The term external validity is used for what purpose? This was the question. It is nothing but generalizing the results back to the reference population. Listen, see this image, very important, good. See this image, very important, yes, correct. From the population, we take a sample. From the population, we take a sample, good. This is the reference population. We take a sample. Then we do a study. Within the sample, we are generalizing the results. Within the sample, it is internal validity. But generalizing back to the reference population, that is called as external validity. You can see in the image, directly it is written. What is external validity? External validity is generalizing the results back to reference population. Generalizing the results back to reference population. If I am doing a study by using 10 patients, whether I can generalize this result to the whole group of hypertensive patients, that is called as external validity. Good. Direct question. The term external validity is used for generalizability. Good. Come to the next question. I think this question was repeated in the previous exams also. Arrange the causes of neonatal mortality in order, higher to lower. What is the most common cause out of this? What is the most common cause of neonatal mortality? As you can see in the image, from the textbook, from the reference text Park. So tell the answer. What is the most common cause of neonatal mortality? What is the answer? Good. Correct. Yes. You can see here the most common causes, low birth weight and prematurity. Then comes intrapartum causes like birth trauma and asphyxia. Then comes sepsis. At last, congenital malformations. You can see here B, D, A, C. We have to arrange in the order. If these were the options given as per the recall, then based on the reference textbook, preterm, then intrapartum causes like trauma and asphyxia during delivery, then sepsis, then congenital malformations. Note down this, they have this tendency of asking the causes of neonatal mortality, at the same time causes of infant mortality. When they frame order-wise question, they are having this tendency of asking mortality-based question. One more question on Japanese encephalitis life cycle. I think this was the question, match the following based question. They have given question on life cycle of Japanese encephalitis. Last time they had given an image and saying what is this disease related to, and now they have asked the same image. Indirectly they have asked in the form of match the following. Culex is vector, pig is an amplifier, man is accidental dead end host. So the Japanese encephalitis, always keep in mind the life cycle. Direct question from communicable vector-borne disease. The agent is JE virus. It is group B arbovirus. Yes, you can take it as one more option if it is given. Yes, good. You can take it as reservoir birds. That is also I have mentioned. Yes, you can take one more option, reservoir as birds. Yes, Matyar also good. What is bird for JEE? Reservoir. What is pig? Amplifier. What is pig? Amplifier. What is vector? Culex. What is vector? Culex. And what is man? Accidental dead end host. Accidental dead end host. Yes, good. So you can take, if you are telling there was one more option, bird, reservoir, you can take. Everything is given. So there was nothing difficult in this question. Direct question from vector-borne disease. We had discussed an image for you. This image was discussed in your classes. Bird was the reservoir. Culex is the vector. Pig is an amplifier. Man is accidental dead end host. I made you to write the numbers also. 1, 2, 3, 4th was cattle attractant and 5th was accidental dead end host. 5th was accidental dead end host. If you can open your notes under communicable disease, vector-borne disease, this was the slide which I had discussed in the class, because JEE infection is important. They will ask question on JEE vaccine or they will ask question on JEE life cycle most of the times. Note down this infection, it can be repeated in the future exams also. And the last question was for box whisker plot. Box whisker plot. Just before INICET exam, we had revised INICET series in YouTube. I had put one question on box whisker plot, and here they have given 3 plots for you. 3 plots for you. Plot A, B and C. They have asked what is plot A, B and C. I have given the answer directly. In the exam they might have given what is A, what is B, what is C. Yes. And I have given the plots for you. I have given the plots for you. So I am showing the plots actually. Listen now. Listen now. This was an horizontal plot which I had discussed. If the median is in the center, like this is symmetrical distribution. If the median is shifting towards the lower end, then it is positive skewness. If the median is shifting towards higher end, okay, good. They might have given A, B, C, D plots for you. They might have given 4 plots, but the question was related to this. Question was almost related to this image. Tell me yes or no. There was nothing in the question. They have given outliers also. See this, yes, good. See this, yes, correct. Plot A, plot B, plot C. If I am putting one more thing. Plot A symmetrical without outliers. Plot B negative skewness. See here, if I say A, B and C, A, B and C, A, B and C, A is normal distribution, B is right skewed distribution, C is left skewed distribution, If median is shifting towards the higher end, it is left skewed distribution, good. If the median is shifting towards the lower end, it is right skewed distribution, good. So if I say this plot was given in the exam for you, so what is plot A? Plot A is symmetrical without outliers. I am showing the image for you. Plot A is symmetrical without outliers. Plot B is right skewed with outliers. And plot C is left skewed with outliers. So this was the question. Fine, if they have given 4 plots, but the concept was almost similar to this. Tell me yes or no. The concept was almost similar to this. Tell me yes or no. The concept was almost similar to this. Tell me yes or no. That is what I wanted, because we could not get the exact plots. They might have given A, B, C, D for you. They might have given A, B, C, D for you. But the purpose of this discussion is, you should know what is A, what is B, what is C. What is A, what is B, what is C. Yes, good. That is what I wanted. The concept was almost similar to this. If I say A, B, C, A was symmetrical, B was right skewed, and C was left skewed. A was without outlier, B had outliers, and even C had outliers. Small image representing the first image was also given. Yes, that is what. Symmetrical, right skewed, left skewed was given in the exam. So this question was almost similar. They might have given 4 plots for you. They might have given one more plot, and they might have asked what is A, B, C, D. What is A, B, C, D? What is A, B, C, D? The whole purpose was like this. The plot which I am showing in this slide. A is normal distribution, B is positive skew, C is left skew. C is left skew. If I am saying right skewed with outliers, yes, and left skewed with outliers. Left skewed with outliers. Got my point? Tell me yes or no, because this was the last question. This was the last question on types of box whisker plots. Box whisker plot can be used to represent skewness, correct? And based on the position of median, we can comment on right skewness or left skewness. Right skewness or left skewness. Okay, good. If the plot is symmetrical, there can't be any outlier. Jyotsna, if the plot is symmetrical, there is less chance of outlier. Okay. If the plot is skewness, there has to be outliers. There will be far outliers in the higher end or lower end. Good. In the future session, I will try to make one 30-minute session on plots related to statistics. I will post it in YouTube or eMedicos in our... Yes, good. Okay, got my point. Yes. Okay, then it is symmetrical with outlier. Right skewness with far outliers, left skewness. There might be 4 images, but the concept was almost related to this. Good. The concept was almost related to this. So got my point? Tell me yes or no. Total 10 questions. This time it was a bit easier PSM compared to last time. Yes. If there was age adjusted death rate, then it was direct standardization. Nobody could recall that option. Nobody could recall that age adjusted death rate question. If Mohit is telling there was age adjusted death rate question, that is after direct standardization. Used to compare mortality pattern between two populations. PSM was very easy this time because most of the questions were not that difficult. There was no calculation also. Epidemiology based simple questions. But what they will make, if they make some subjects easy, they will make some subject difficult. So they will balance out. Last time paper PSM was a bit difficult. This time it will be easy. Who knows, we can't predict anything in the next exam what they might happen. Definition was asked. Anushree, okay, good, that was easy. Age adjusted death rate means after direct standardization, where I want to compare the mortality pattern between two populations with different age structure. Yes, good. What we do in that? We take age specific death rates of study population, apply it on one standard population. Then we get age standardized death rates. What is the use of age standardized death rates? Anushree, what you are telling? It can be used to compare mortality pattern between two populations with different age structure. Good. Different age structure. We have discussed most of the questions, so that is why I am telling PSM was a bit easier this time. So we can't predict anything the next time. They have to make a bit difficult, in the sense a mix of both one-liners and concept-oriented questions. Yes, they have asked what is the use of age-adjusted death rate. That was covered. Okay, good. Any other questions? The use of age-adjusted death rate, it's been discussed, like comparing mortality between two populations with different age structure. with different age structure. Good. So in total 10 questions. What is that met value asked? What is Jyotsna? What is that question you are recalling, beta? Good. What is that question you are recalling in that? What is that question? So there was one question on age adjusted death rate. Okay, fine, good. What is the use of that? That was asked, taken, then good. Yes, done, good, correct. Taken, I have taken that question, age adjusted death rate. Okay, good. We have covered the question. We have covered all the questions what I have discussed. Total 10 questions. You can recall the session again. You can watch this. It will be available in YouTube. Good. Thank you so much. Any doubt you can inbox me in my name, Facebook. Good. All the best. Take care. All the best. Take care. God bless. See you then. Take care. Bye.